So it's time for week 4. I'm currently in a negative score of 1-2, though I'm still hopeful. Towards the rest of the season, I've made some changes to the draft actually. And to be honest, I didn't realize this was the last week to make changes. We're allowed a total of 3 trades, and I was planning to use them after week 4, just for week 5, 6, and the top cut. Unfortunately, I realized last second that they had to be done before the start of week 4. So my initial plan, which involved changing Froslass for Mega Aerodactyl and some other stuff, is something I had to drop because it involved removing some key pieces that I needed for week 4. And given my negative score, I do need to maximize my probability of winning each week. So I kind of made a different plan, and I kept the Froslass, which I wanted to change mainly because basically everyone I'm facing and I have faced had a prankster mon with the ability of setting weather outside of just in time, and also other people I'm not facing have it. The only one I'm not that doesn't have it basically are Sven and Wim has like Delphox with Sand Escadrille, so basically Froslass didn't seem very well positioned against the opponent's teams, and with the fact it's Monomega it did suffer a bit, so I was contemplating some other changes, but I had to keep in the end for this week. And what I ended up trading is Corviknight for Tyranitar, and because I think Corviknight was a bit too passive, unfortunately. This means I do not have any steel type anymore, and I'm losing a ground immunity, which is annoying, but I think Tyranitar could also make Froslass better, because compared to a build that uses Ninetales, Garchomp and Corviknight, Froslass can't hold the Focus Sash, so it did expose me a bit to the same type weaknesses into the fire type, while Tyranitar covers a bit Froslass better potentially, but most importantly gives me a bit of a better weather control, because compared to other weathers with rain, sun and so on, there aren't a lot of Pokemon that learn Snowscape, and this gives me a bit of a double weather, so I can cycle through weather slightly better, and most importantly gives me a bit more of an offensive Pokemon. Unfortunately, I find Corviknight to be a bit too passive, and I did miss a rock Pokemon, so having a rock type stab Pokemon can still be useful. Then I've traded Tauros for Toxapex, because Tauros is something I realized I was never gonna bring. Toxapex, given I lose Corviknight, does give me a Fairy Resist and also a Wide Guard option, and it's a decent Pokemon, like not the best, but for a low tier is fine. And I've changed Arbok for Toucannon because I was never gonna bring Arbok either, and losing Corviknight meant I also lost my only Tailwind option, which is a bummer. Toucannon is not a great Pokemon, but if I really need the Tailwind for a matchup, it could still provide that. So those are the main changes to my team. And for this week I'm facing Patcon, who has a very interesting rain team. And as said, I'm bringing Froslass with a very peculiar set. I'm running Ice Beam over Blizzard because he has Wide Guard Pelipper can set rain, and he has a Liepard who can set rain dance. Most importantly though, Ice Beam is higher damage into his Mega Lucha. Basically gives me an 1-hit KO even on bulky Mega Luchas, and it's also great to KO Tsareena. And getting some of these key KOs is very important. I'm also going faster than ever because this allows me to outspeed the Heliolisk, but most importantly, I assume if he's running Mega Lucha, he's not going to be faster than 178, which is 1 point faster than his potential Heliolisk. So this will allow me to outspeed those potential Luchas, while I could have gone max speed, but getting those extra Vs gives me a decent odd of leaving Overeat from Manectric in a reasonable spread, who is running some bulk as well to leave Garchomp. And then it's Garchomp, who can be very important in this matchup to deal with Manectric. I'm going with a set that outspeed Chandelure and White Herb to go around Intimidate, or basically negate my defense drop with Scale Shot. Earthquake Scale Shot is fine coverage, Sword Dance makes it potential sweeper, Bulk is enough to leave Basculegion, Swift Swim, Wave Crush. and with Mystical Water. Gardevoir instead is unlikely to come. I had the Corviknight with Tailwind and Wackenberry initially, but given I traded it and I can't use it this week, I put a Gardevoir that could potentially help against Pelipper plus Lucha, and with Icy Wind can help maybe against Scarf Tsareena. But it's unlikely it's going to come to the match. Then it's Rotom Scarf, which is great here because it pressures on it KO on Basculegion and can threaten Pelipper, can threaten Hawlucha, and has Electro Web to give me speed control. Then there is a Samurott with Choppleberry. This is max speed Adamant because it outspeeds max speed Tsareena, so if I lower their speed I can outspeed them. And Choppleberry is to leave close combat from Hawlucha. And the rest is an attack to maximize damage. Was initially Black Glasses. This would have allowed me to KO the Basculegion with Sucker Punch, but I had to opt for Choppleberry, and I think that's still fine. Then there is Scovillain, which is a Sash to leave Basculegion always, and the bulk is to maximize my odd of leaving Dual Wing Beat from Hawlucha. I think it has about 20% to KO me, or maybe less, I don't recall right now. And the speed is enough to outspeed the Sash Modest Pelipper. And with its Leaf Storm, it can KO Basculegion, Flamethrower is to it KO on Tsareena instead. And Modest because I didn't need the other abilities, and because it's Sash, I think I can leverage that ability to potentially steal a game, hopefully. So I kinda need to win this. I don't think I can afford 3 losses. Maybe there is a chance to pass in top cut with 3 losses, but given it's only 6 weeks, it's very unlikely. So I'm trying to win all the remaining weeks. So let's see how it goes. Okay, I did not test against Chandelure. I kinda did not expect them to bring it in the end with me adding Tyranitar. Though I kinda expected them to have Mega Lucha. I think it was reasonable against my team. But the rest I all expected. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by Mega Chandelure. Like, it makes sense against Froslass, of course, and it has the Infiltrator potential, but it's not great against either Samurott or Garchomp. It's likely Tsareena that is, I mean, Scarf Tsareena, at least that's what I'm expecting. Does make my plan a bit harder, potentially the Chandelure with Sunny Day, plus fake out Liepard with Anchor. I think I can go with maybe Scovillain, Garchomp, Froslass in the back, and Rotom maybe, or I mean, it's hard not to bring Rotom here, honestly. I think I'll bring Rotom, yeah. Okay. The idea is that in front of a Chandelure Liepard lead, having Scovillain and Garchomp could allow me to go for Protect and then reach Powder the Anchor, and if they lead Tsareena, at worst I can switch out. Though it's also weird because I can't expect their what's it called, their sorry, not Pelipper, their Tsareena to be Scarfed. I think both Chandelure and Tsareena can be Scarfed. So Scale Shot plus Leaf Storm should be able to KO Pelipper. I know I did with Grass Knot, but it might not if it's like Citrus Berry, which is very likely as well, depending on the rolls. Though I think I will still do it. So like, of course, it's going to benefit from Intimidate, but I have a White Herb. And still the speed boost will be helpful if he sets up Tailwind. This way my Garchomp can outspeed the Pelipper in Tailwind potentially, if it's like bulky slow Citrus. Okay, Manectric protected, that's perfect for me. I also didn't want to like... oh, it's Scarf Pelipper, okay. Interesting. So not Scarf Tsareena, and it's very weird to be Scarf Pelipper because I think that's very weak against my Scarf Rotom, basically. Let's see the Leaf Storm damage. Yeah, that's enough to KO, great. Okay, so I should take notes on the fact that Pelipper is Scarf. So he's probably very worried about the Garchomp, basically, if he's running that set. But at the same time, that means neither Tsareena or Chandelure is Scarf. That's kinda weird. I think I'm just gonna go for Flame. Also, he lost Rain, so yeah, very weird. I didn't notice what boost did I get. Okay, timer is ending, so I think I'm gonna go for Protect here and bring Froslass in. I don't think he's going to Volt Switch the Garchomp slot. And if you triple axle that, it's also fine, yeah. This way I can remove Rain completely next turn. Well, it can be a Rain Dance Manectric, to be fair. But he also lost Wyrdeer, so now I can just always go for what's it called? The Electro-Web play. So my Scovillain is +1 speed. Great. So I can Leaf Storm and Mega Evolve plus Shadow Ball the Basculegion slot. I assume the double up will KO. Like even if it's berry that resists ghosts, I think the other move should KO. It's also potentially a mistake because there is a miss potential and Basculegion is not as much of a threat. Given I have Rotom and Garchomp. Oh, it's Citrus Berry, okay, let's see. I think Leaf Storm should still KO, yeah. Okay, great. And for next turn I have Rage Powder and Icy Beam basically. Okay, Scovillain died. That's fine still. Okay, right now I just wanna respect a potential overeat, a very offensive overeat Manectric, right? Because I know like I leave a 16 special attack Manectric overeat, but if it's like max special attack, it has a decent roll of going to get a KO. So I'm going to go for Electro Web plus Protect, because it's probably at this point it's Yakeberry Tsareena. And if I Electro Web Protect, okay, it's helping them. Basically want to get my Garchomp to be faster than their Manectric at next turn. I also know my Garchomp leaves triple axle if I am behind Aurora Veil, so next turn I could go for Earthquake and Aurora Veil potentially. Seeing that it's helping hand makes me think it might not have what's it called? Protect at this point. I'm hopeful it doesn't have Protect, basically. I think it would have used it before. It's probably like Triple Axle, Power Whip, Helping Hand, and something else. Okay, so no Protect. I get the Ice Beam off. I assume I will see a Yakeberry at this point. Yeah, let's see the damage. Okay. My Garchomp is only 10 plus attack, though their Manectric is very offensive, given they managed to KO. It's probably like max special attack. Okay. So like it's still not over. We'll have to rely on Scale Shot, I assume. Like, what's the Earthquake damage on Tsareena? Because, okay, it's like 17 to 20% if it's max HP, so I definitely have to go for scale shot, which I do not love because there's a chance to miss. But if I manage to hit the scale shot, I should be able to win this because then I can just EQ Earthquake Manectric basically. But yeah, Liepard is also annoying, but it does make my Scovillain better into it because I know it's I'm always faster. Okay, protects Manectric, it's not an issue, basically just need to hit the scale shot. Okay, there should be a second hit, and yeah, that's fine. Okay, so game 1 is a win, nice, nice. And I'm thinking, because he's helping hand over it, I do not know their Manectric speed, but they could decide to just lead Tsareena Manectric game 2. Because that allows them to helping hand over it Froslass. Or even just over it Froslass anyway, and Tsareena would be problematic for the Garchomp at that point. So I'm thinking, what can I do to play around that? Because Scovillain is a decent lead. With Froslass, I can always go for Rage Powder. Like, if I do Froslass Scovillain, I can Rage Powder, Icy Beam, and check the speeds and then decide what to do, basically. And I don't think I want to lead Scovillain Garchomp again because of the Tsareena plus something lead potential. Rotom lead is generally good, but because it's Yakeberry, I cannot threaten a KO as fast on Tsareena with just an Ice Beam. So I'm thinking I'm going to lead the Scovillain Froslass. And I'll have Garchomp in the back. At the same time, though, like, if he does lead Pelipper, I think he will keep Pelipper in the back, to be honest. And because leading Scarf Rotom could be very problematic for it. But yeah, I'm gonna try these, I think. Samurott is also potentially interesting. It's because I could lead Rotom and Samurott too and go for like Electro Web, Ceaseless Edge. No, I have Night Slash this time around, so it's not that great into Manectric lead. Let's see. He's gone for Chandler Liepard, okay. I do know that it's not Scarf. Could be that it's Sash. At this point I assume it's probably Sash, right, though, because of the fact that Pelipper is Scarf and the Tsareena is Yaki. So I'm thinking of doing this and then clicking Rage Powder, okay, Snarl, that's slightly annoying. Also interesting because a Shadow Ball would KO Chandelure potentially. It's more of a question of its, Cazibor Sash anyway would trade decently into it. So I get a speed boost on Scovillain and a defense drop. So I'm just going to go for Rotom Switch In and Earthquake. Because I assume anyway is going to switch out and I want to get damage on Liepard, cover a potential Pelipper Switch In, basically see where it goes, rather than going for Sword Dance, mainly because if it does switch in what's it called, the Tsareena, I'm not trading too well into it. Even at +2, like I could survive and then triple axle me. So now with the fact it's Scarf, Pelipper, I kinda assume it's not gonna have a Wide Guard, right? Wide Guard on the Scarf is a bit weird. Could be that it still has it and I lose this. It's probably safer if I just go for Wall Switch But I don't want to Earthquake my other Pokemon, honestly, either. I'm just gonna bet on the fact that it's not gonna have Wide Guard, basically. Okay, he switches out, so he's probably not Wide Guard at this point. He also didn't bring Manectric, so no Mega on his side. And yeah, it's not Wide Guard. Okay, cool. The white herb has been a bit wasted this game, but there is no Intimidate, so it's less of an issue as well. I'm very surprised by the lack of Scarf on either Tsareena or Chandra. I would have really expected like a Citrus Berry, Pelipper with Wide Guard, and or Sash at worst, and either like if Chandra comes, I think it does need a Scarf because of how much Chandra, sorry, how much Garchomp is an issue for it, and it also would have benefited a lot from having a Wide Guard Pelipper protecting from Earthquake, forcing me to have Stomping Tantrum. Yeah, like both Chandra and Tsareena so lower than Garchomp, that was a bit weird in my opinion. But I mean, that's better for me. So at this point, I'm just gonna stay in and go for Electroweb to break a potential Focus Sash. And I assume he's going to switch out Tsareena, honestly, at this point for Liepard. So I'm tempted to go for Leaf Storm over Flamethrower anyway. Like, anyway there is rain. Like, Flamethrower will do more for sure. But Leaf Storm can pick up the Liepard better. Oh, there is a Chandra switch out. That's not what I expected, honestly. But that's fine by me. I think anyway, like, this could bring Tsareena in Shadow Ball range. Which is honestly all I need, because if I killed Tsareena, Garchomp wins at this point. And whoever it triple axles, that's fine, because I have a free switch into Froslass, and I can always Shadow Ball Tsareena. At this point I'm assuming it's Protectless. Okay. So I'm just gonna stay in and click buttons at this point. For damage, like, I would want to switch out for Froslass here, but I don't want to take a Dark move. So yeah, I'm just chipping it down. So if I recall correctly, Liepard does learn Quash, right? I just want to check that quickly. But I think it does. No, it doesn't. Okay, great. Maybe it did like in some past generation and it doesn't anymore. Anyway, I'm trying to check potential annoying moves, but I don't see any. I'm assuming like Shadow Ball should KO this range, but I'm just gonna go for Shadow Ball and Earthquake, covering Chandra switch in on either slot. But yeah, this matchup I think was definitely in my favor, because both Froslass and Rotom are extremely threatening to him, and Garchomp is pretty well covered here by my Froslass. Okay, it's sunny day. The good thing is I do not have Blizzard, so I'm not too worried about that part. The only thing I kinda have to worry about is that I Earthquake myself this turn, basically, and a potential double protect on his side. Like, I know Chandra is probably Sash at this point. but would the right play to avoid for the best shot would be Shadow Ball Chandelure and Scale Shot Tsareena, right? But also I do risk a Scale Shot miss and I don't want that. I think I'm just gonna go for Ice Beam there and the Scale Shot Chandelure. Force him to Heat Wave over Shadow Ball. Tsareena Helping Hand, okay. So his play is probably to Helping Hand Shadow Ball Garchomp here. And hoping if his Sash is done that to go for like KO Garchomp, and hoping I would have clicked Earthquake to KO my own Froslass, which is smart on his side. I actually didn't think about that, so I'm happy I clicked. Oh, Heatwave. So he missed on Garchomp. That said, I don't think it would have KO'd because I'm kinda bulky on Garchomp, like not max HP bulk, but I have enough bulk that I think, yeah, like it's resisted at this range. I would have always lived it. I think if he had gone for Helping Hand, Shadow Ball and Garchomp and his Focus Sash, and he was betting on me clicking Earthquake not to miss, it would have been a smart play, honestly. Or hoping a Scale Shot miss on my side also makes sense anyway. But yeah, nice set, and at this time then I'm 2-2 score-wise. 2 weeks are left, and hopefully I can win both of them. Good set to Toucannon as well.